a lot of the time when we hear about prisoners and people who have been to jail, a lot of the time they have had that tough upbringing, and whether it be, they haven't had their father figure or mother or father, or, that close circle of family, or they haven't had the opportunities that a lot of us have in our early lives, obviously living in a country like Australia. Although, for you, it was very different tale. You had all that. Tell us a bit about your upbringing, and then we'll go into more of the story about how you actually got to imprisonment.
Sure. So I had a really good upbringing. I had a great mother and father, great brothers. Um, Grew up on a farm. Um, never wanted for anything. Had the whole white picket fence and 2.5 kids in mind from a young age. And never any dilemmas. So really, everything I touched in my life had turned to gold growing up.
And I understand that your father or your parents were from European descent, and you also had two older brothers, and they were really good role models for you. They taught you about, resilience and growing up and good manners and all those sorts of values that you developed as a young boy. And eventually, you got married at the age of 19. You were fit. You're into your kickboxing, I understand. Australian champion. You had it all. You had the good jobs, Mercedes-Benz, Harley-Davidson. So where did it kind of all go wrong from there?
Well, it all went sour after a workplace accident. So, as you said, I was fit as a fiddle, 2 times Australian kickboxing champion, South Pacific kickboxing champion. And one day, whilst I was at work, I was struck in the back with a forklift, damaging my lower spine, and that's where my life started to turn sour.
Yeah, and so I understand, as you say, you got hit struck in the back by a forklift. So that would have been your lumbar spine. What exactly, do you know the name of the injury or what actually occurred?
Yeah, I think it's L4, L5, and they burst the gel pocket between the two discs.
Right.
I had nerve damage, and I was in constant pain 24/7. It would go away for a short period of time and come back. I could stand for a while, it would ache. I would sit for a while, it would ache. I was lay for a while, it would ache. I was constantly in pain, and the doctors put me on all these different medications, sleeping tablets, nerve relaxants, painkillers, antidepressants, and I was still in a deep dark hole, always in pain. We even tried a lot of medical treatments like hydrotherapy. I did a spinal therapy every day of the week. Where you'd jump in the pool, you'd see a doctor, you'd see a physio, and nothing worked. I was in pain all the time, and going from being really fit and hardworking to being stuck in your bedroom. Well, it wasn't even my bedroom actually; it was the spare room downstairs. Was really depressing as well.
So were you doing kickboxing at that time when you
Yeah,
had?
so we're actually talking about making a comeback. I was probably at at one of my peaks in fitness as well. Not only not only was I super fit, but I had a great circle of friends. We'd go riding Harleys together. It was really active. It wasn't too long after I'd bought a new house, so we was doing up all the garden there. So in the driveway lay about 6 meters of pebble, which sat there for a very long time after I was injured, I can tell you.
And so I guess in that sense, you went from what we were talking about before, how you had all those material possessions, you had the family, you paid off your house by the age of 27, I understand, which is,
Correct.
especially in this day and age, massive feat.
Yeah.
And then taking away the kickboxing, I know what, it's like when you have something in your life like health, your health and fitness. It's really important to you in terms of not only your physical well-being, but also your mental health, and then also your ability to interact and socialize with people depends a lot on those things. It really is a knock-on effect. So once you stripped away your physical well-being and you're in pain, no doubt you're ruminating about your pain, and this was impacting your ability to work. Obviously, you couldn't stand up for long periods, could you?
Yeah, couldn't work. Impacting on my marriage. I watched my wife go to work, and I couldn't even pick my kids up. My back was that sore. Couldn't take them to the park. Couldn't do anything really. So the depression starts to sink in because you actually feel like a failure of a husband, a failure of a father, a failure of a man. You feel useless. And that starts playing games with you as well. Not, I was always taught strong European wog family. The man brings home the bread. Well, I wasn't bringing home the bread, mate. I was bringing nothing home.